Hello, hello, it's Saggy Joe. Happy New Year to all of you fellows out there. I'm gonna pump out some slop, some YouTube slop, and hopefully you watch me instead of the AI stuff. But most of my views are bots anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But I do have an interesting video for you. And we're not gonna watch the whole 18 minutes of this, but it's We the People with Judge Lauren Lake, and it has I don't even know what to call it. So
For your mistakes, we are the people.
Ashley and Katrina Marshall claimed they enlisted their friend to get them both pregnant, but now he refuses to pay for the gender reveal party. Robert Pham says he won't pay up until a DNA test proves that he's the dad.
All rise.
Just keep that in mind.
Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Lauren Lake presiding.
Please be seated.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello, thank you, Sean. Good day, everyone.
Good day.
This is the case of Marshall versus Pham. The Marshalls are suing Mr. Pham for $5,000 for the cost of a gender reveal party. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And Mr. Pham, you say you're not the father, so you don't owe them anything.
That's correct.
Okay, well, this sounds interesting. Let's begin with the plaintiffs. So you say he owes you the cost of the gender reveal party you were having for a baby you're expecting.
Yes, that's
Tell
correct,
the court
Your
what
Honor.
happened.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I just want to put this out there. When did gender reveal parties start to cost an arm and a leg, and half a kidney? What happened? Why is it $5,000? $5,000. Who did you invite? Did you invite? Did Trump show up to your? Did Trump show up to your gender reveal? Who came? Where did you have this?
Yeah, so we had an agreement with Robert that he would be the father to both of our babies. You know, this is my wife. We are married. We have always wanted a family.
When I get more confident with my look, wait. I want to repeat that. We're gonna repeat that.
So we had an agreement with.
Expecting.
Yes, that's
Tell
correct,
the court
Your
what
Honor.
happened.
Yeah, so we had an agreement with Robert that he would be the father to both of our babies. You know, this is my wife.
So apparently, female Gibby over here, and this hippie lady over here, hipster lady over here, are together, and what I believe to be a same-sex relationship, considering that this lovely gentleman over here, it was supposedly supposed to be the father of her child and her child, and let me tell you, this is easily explainable to kids. I just can't explain it to myself. What happened? Well, how did we get to this point? Where are we going? What the?
Children are related. So unfortunately, the only way to do that is if they have the same father. And he made an agreement, his idea, that he would be the father to both those babies because, you know, everything's so expensive. And artificial insemination, sperm donor, it's so expensive. And
what a gentleman. What a generous offer. How lovely is it that this lovely specimen over here gets two very consenting adults, gets to have his fun time, and gets to what appears to be inseminate both of them, and start some kind of, honestly, it sounds more like a cult at this point. I don't know. So same-sex couple, this is their friend, and he's impregnating both of them. What a good friend.
So wait, he said he made this up. Mr. Pham, you also wanted to have children?
I did, yes.
You all know each other and been friends?
Yes.
About 12 years since college.
Okay, so you've known each other since college?
Yes.
You also wanted to be a dad, Mr. Pham?
Yes.
Did you make up the idea that, hey, I'll father your children, that way they'll be siblings, half siblings, siblings nonetheless?
Well, initially I was pretty hesitant about helping them get pregnant, but because I've known them for so long, we were really good friends.
So wait, they say you asked them. Did they ask you or you asked them?
They initially came to me, but we agreed upon it together.
Okay, that's your side, I understand.
Damn. It's already not off to a good start. They're already blaming the dude, and in fairness to the judge over here is giving him a chance to present his own thought process, and it seems like so according to them, he approached them with the idea. According to them, they approached him for the idea. Who knows what the truth is? But I will tell you right now, IVF, like in vitro fertilization, is hella expensive. It's expensive as it. I can understand why they'd want to go, I guess, the more natural route.
So you were reluctant at first, but then you agreed.
That's correct.
Why did you agree?
Well, I've known these people for 10 years. We were really good friends. We spent a lot of time together. They make a beautiful couple, and they're beautiful people.
I'm fully functional
and
too.
you know, they're unable to have this kid on their own, and so I agreed to help them with that.
All right.
Out of the kindness of my own heart.
So he consented, and you all started the process.
Yes.
Yes.
We slept together.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So you all did it the old-fashioned way.
Yep.
Yes.
Saved on costs.
Yep. Saved on costs.
Okay.
Yes,
Got it. Just use the parts that we got.
Yeah.
So how did he inseminate these two? Did he do it at the same time, like a threesome, or did they have like a scheduled night? Like, how did this work? And did they
Okay, got it. So both of you, or who got pregnant?
We both are.
Yeah, we're both pregnant. Yeah.
Oh, right now.
The friend over here is just like, yep, exactly what you think, Your Honor. It's exactly what you think.
Yes,
Correct,
right now.
yes.
Right now, Your Honor. We are both expecting.
Oh, this is.
Pregnant,
the friends
yeah.
can't even,
Oh, right now.
they can't-
Yes,
Correct,
right
yes.
now. Right.
Yeah, this guy's trying not to laugh. This guy's thinking, yeah, I swear that's the face of someone who's trying not to laugh. This guy too.
Now, Your Honor. We are both expecting.
Oh, this is good. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're both pregnant.
Kudos to Judge Lake for being very professional. I would have broke down right away. Like, this is at the point where I would have broken down.
Right now,
Yeah.
So now,
by Mr. Pham.
Yes.
Correct.
And so,
she's trying not to laugh. She's trying not to laugh. They're all trying not to laugh because it's just so ridiculous. Yeah, I'm never gonna get through this, man.
were the genders revealed?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, what are we having?
I'm having a girl.
Yes. And I'm having a boy.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, so we've got girl and boy. Oh, you all did really well.
I know,
girl
right?
and boy,
That's what I'm saying. We
got it
got
done. All right, so we got girl and boy, and why is there an issue? I thought we're all happy. This means the plan worked. Why are you suing him for the cost of the party? He agreed to pay for it?
He agreed to pay for it, and
Is now
Actually, do you-
is now refusing. Yes, I'll.
Yeah, yeah.
So at the party, it was at a restaurant that we rented out for $5,000. We invited our family, our friends, exes in relationships, because we invited the exes that we're still on good terms with. You know, we're all
I'm sorry, but the people in the background, they got some of my
exes in
favorite
relationships, because we invited the
I know
exes
it's
that we're
serious.
still on good terms with. You know, we're all civil, we're all friends.
yeah.
That's big.
This is an adult
And-
relationship.
yes.
We're very
Yeah,
secure
we're
in our
all-
commitment.
Yeah, and one of those exes happens to be my ex-husband from a handful of years ago.
Okay.
Yes.
That's a twist. Gibby over here.
This happens to be my ex-husband from a handful of years ago.
Okay.
Yes. And
More
we're-
the merrier.
And we are on civil, positive terms.
Yeah.
And at some point during the party at the restaurant, I was speaking with Kevin, my ex-husband, outside of the restaurant, and Robert came up and saw us speaking and seemed to think that something was two ways going along romantically, consensually, and he thinks that he is now not the father of the child that I'm carrying.
Oh.
coming up.
It looked like they were having intercourse with clothes on.
What?
And on top of that, exchange. And so that's sober.
Okay, let's skip
5-2-6.
break.
Friend Robert Pham over gender reveal.
I do want to hear from you, Mr. Pham. So you're at the gender reveal party,
That's correct.
the one you agreed to pay for.
Yes, under the terms that they were my kids.
Okay, well, that's understandable.
Keep in mind, he would only agree to pay for it under the terms that both of the children inside them are his kids. It's apparently they wrote that up too. It's like it's a contract or something.
What is it about her interaction with her ex that made you just fly off the handle and decide, I'm not paying?
Tuition.
Well, she's saying they were speaking outside, Your Honor. I believe they were doing a lot
Interrupt really quick. Sometimes your intuition's right.
more than just speaking outside.
Oh.
As a matter of fact.
What did you see?
Well, there was a couple things. Initially, I saw them dancing very intimately on the dance floor. And when I say intimately, I mean it looked like they were having intercourse with clothes on.
What?
And on top of that, when they didn't think that anyone noticed, I saw both of them go to the side of the restaurant, exchange kisses, fondling with each other, doing God knows what else. And so that's when I approached them.
Did y'all have liquor at this gender reveal?
I was sober, Your
yes,
Honor.
Kevin
I was sober.
drunk.
We were, of course,
Yeah,
not
of
drinking.
course we were sober.
But Robert had been drinking, and as had Kevin.
It was open bar.
Yes.
Yes.
So, Your Honor, I went up to them and confronted them about the situation, and that's when she was actually defending her ex-husband, talking about how he was so much better in bed and all of this crazy nonsense. It was just bizarre.
But see, she was pregnant, so she said she didn't have a drink.
Okay, I'm gonna pause it right there. So, she kind of has this smug face because it's sort of like she's a good partner. Like, let's get that out of the way. She's actually a good partner. She just believed whatever she said, even though there's a bunch of red flags here. I mean, inviting your ex-husband, that's like some of the biggest red flag. Why? He's an ex for a reason, okay? So why is he coming in, right? Like, there's no reason for that to happen. And then Mr. Pham over here, of course, she's kind of smug like this because she's defending her ex-husband, saying that, oh, he was so much better than you, Mr. Pham, in bed, and it's kind of like one of those like really emasculating kind of comments. I don't know if that's why they're feeling smug about it, but I would imagine that has some reason to do with it. So maybe they feel like, oh, he was offended that he was offended, right? That he wasn't good in bed or something, and they're trying to like really lean into the toxic masculinity kind of angle here.
Just bizarre.
But see, she was pregnant, so she said she didn't have a drink. Because you know, sometimes they say a drunk person's words are a sober person's thoughts. But they weren't drinking. So she started telling you how the ex-husband was better in bed than you.
That's correct.
Were you saying that, Ms. Marshall?
I was not. And
oh, he's making all of this up.
the interaction between Kevin and I on the side of the restaurant, from untrained eyes, looked suggestive. Kevin was drunk. He was happy for us that we are having a family, and he was getting a little affectionate, maybe overly affectionate, and I didn't want to cause a scene. I knew that he was happy for me, so I went along with it.
So he was like hugging you, and I'm so happy for you, but being a little bit too handsy.
Yes, and I knew he means well. It was not any kind of anything like that. And
you weren't offended by it. You just felt like it was somebody that had had a few too many to drink and that was very familiar with you.
Yes,
So
Your
they
Honor.
were kind of overstepping the personal boundaries.
Yes, and I didn't want to make a scene at this party, so it was all fair game.
So when Mr. Pham confronted you like, well, wait, if you like this with your ex, I don't know if this baby is mine or not. What did you say?
again, I was not making a scene, trying to mitigate the situation. Like, it's all good. There's nothing problem happening here. I don't know what he's talking about you are so much better in bed than I am.
Let me ask you something. Were you drinking? Like, do you think your judgment was impaired a little bit? Maybe you were just being a little paranoid.
I don't drink,
extra.
Your Honor.
You don't drink at
sober.
all. You sober. You saw what you saw.
I saw what I saw.
What did you see?
I saw hands going in places where they shouldn't have been going.
Okay, Robert. Okay.
Lips making
Okay, Robert.
connections with neck.
So again, good partner. She's defending. She's defending a gibby looking ass over there, and of course she's taking it personal because like, hey, you're. Not only are you saying my partner is a liar, but also a cheater. So you know that there's issues. There's issues, obviously. But she's a good partner. Don't hate on her, please.
It was just a situation that shouldn't have happened. It just was.
So once you confronted her and she said, listen, it's nothing. Like, he's had some drinks. I'm fine. There's nothing. I'm not. That did not ease your doubt?
Not at all, Your Honor. I know Ashley. I've known her for 10 years, and there was a look in her eyes that let me know that there was something much more going on with her and her ex-husband.
Sometimes you gotta trust your
And-
intuition, man.
You know what? His ex-husband even looked at me. Her ex-husband even looked at me and told me that they wanted him initially to be the father.
Oh.
And that was another red flag.
So he said, So he was like, listen, they wanted me to be the father at first, but I didn't want to do it, so now you're doing it.
That's correct, Your Honor.
And now you have doubt.
And now I have
About
doubt.
just Ashley's baby or Katrina's as well?
At the very least, Ashley's baby. And I don't know if Katrina seems to be completely content and enabling this whole situation,
Robert,
so she's cool with that.
You know that that's
It makes
a
me
reach.
question whether
That
or
is
not
such
she's
a reach.
also having sex with
You know
other
what? We
men.
are in a committed adult relationship.
Oh, I just had a light bulb. So are you feeling like they may have been having sex with her ex and you because their intent was to make sure they conceived? So maybe he was a part of this too, and whoever gets us pregnant first, we're pregnant.
That's correct, Your Honor. And if I'm going to
You
be
think
paying,
that was the plan?
from what they told me, that wasn't supposed to be the plan. From what they told me, I was supposed to be the father.
Correct.
And if I'm
And you
supposed to
are.
be the one
Because
paying,
then
I'm
they
the
wouldn't
father.
be siblings because one of you could have gotten, yeah.
Correct. Yes.
But your point was maybe they had tried this previously with him and now they're trying it with me and now you have doubt.
that's correct.
Coming up,
So
That's
before
fair.
we get,
That's actually fair, because they did try it with. If they tried it with the ex and it didn't pan out, then they're trying it with you. Like, it seems like they kind of settle for you. If that's fixed, like, obviously this is a romantic relationship. It would matter. It wouldn't matter. I think it matters much less because they just wanted to be co-parents to begin with. Guy had no interest in dating them at all. Kudos to him for being a good friend. I don't know if I'd have, I don't know if I'll do the deed with my friends that are girls, especially if they were lesbian. Like, how did that work? Did one of them watch, like, make sure you inseminated? Because that's kind of weird, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to think about it. I think that's a bit much. All right, that's a regularly scheduled break. We the people. It's back to full screen. So
their gender reveal is to reveal the gender of babies you thought were yours. So I'm going to agree to pay for this $5,000, have a big party, let's have a big celebration because you think you're the dad. Then you see this intimate moment and you start thinking and you're like, hold on, before I drop $5,000, I want to make sure these kids are mine.
That's right.
And it seems reasonable under the circumstances, even though we don't know if you're overreacting or not. But I'll tell you one thing about a paternity doubt. It never minimizes. It only maximizes.
That's actually really good wisdom from there. If you ever doubt the paternity of your child, it's always going to nag at you, always. And at that point, like, it's very hard to kind of relieve yourself of those feelings, of those doubts. You can go behind your spouse's back and just do a paternity test just for you and take that to the grave. You can totally do that. I don't recommend it, but you can totally do it. Or you can just have an honest discussion, which might also ruin your relationship. I don't know.
I've been doing this a long time. I've rarely seen paternity doubt minimized to where someone just says, okay. It usually just keeps festering and festering until you know for sure. So before we get to the ruling on the gender reveal party and the costs associated with it, I think it's important that we get the paternity results. My staff did have you submit to DNA testing, and I have the results. As it relates to the child, the unborn child of Katrina Marshall, it has been determined by this court, Mr. Pham, you are the father.
Hey,
you are the father.
That's good to hear.
One of two.
One of two.
Oh, you don't need to make comments like that.
Coming up,
You know that you're the father. You know that you're the father. You were there.
We're gonna find out.
We slept together.
We're gonna find out.
Oh, okay.
you're watching We the People with Judge Lauren Lake. We're back with a dispute between actor reveal party costs.
So you're serious about this? You have that much doubt?
Well, it was Ashley.
I got it. Well, we have that result as well.
No, Robert, you know that you're the father. You know that you're the father. You were there. We're
gonna find out.
We slept together.
We're gonna find out.
Okay.
Okay, so they watch this.
As it relates to the unborn child of Ashley Marshall, it has been determined by this court, Mr. Pham, you are not the father.
I knew it.
Oh, I gotta walk out, man. I'm gonna come back. Oh.
And you try to have me pay for it.
He's not the father.
I have a feeling that she's related to him, and she just has this look of smugness. She's like, yeah, I don't know if that's a sister or a girlfriend, whatever. It's like, yeah, that's right. That's right. His intuition was right, and I believed in every step of the way. These people almost seem not real. This is literally the same exact expression they've had, I swear, like the whole thing. Like, this is the only word I've seen the actual human emotion change.
Ms. Marshall?
I don't even know what to say. So you've been lying to me this entire time, Ashley?
I have not been lying to you.
Oh, obviously you have. You said it was just a kiss.
Oh, it was a kiss? Well, I guess it was more than that.
We'll talk about this later.
So
I can't believe you would humiliate me like this in a courtroom.
We'll talk about this
I
later.
absolutely cannot believe this.
So, Ms. Marshall, are you ready to admit something that perhaps you weren't ready to admit before these paternity results? Because I will always say this: plaintiffs may lie and defendants may lie, but the DNA, it never lies.
Yes. I did have relations with my ex-husband before the contract was drawn up.
Before the contract was drawn up with Mr. Pham?
Correct.
Oh, before.
Your Honor.
What about the agreement between us? Huh?
We'll talk about it later.
Oh, okay. You don't want to do it here.
No.
Judge Lake's verdict when We the People returns. You're watching.
Both have different fathers. That wasn't your original plan.
No, it was not our original plan, Your Honor.
And yet, you still have two beautiful children coming into this world. You're very blessed. The question now becomes the $5,000 for the gender reveal party. Do you expect Mr. Pham to put on a gender reveal party for a baby that's not his?
No. I don't.
No.
I don't think that's fair.
All right. Well, the judgment is simple then. Mr. Pham, you've got one baby. You agreed to pay for the gender reveal party for the children who would be yours. And so therefore, judgment for the plaintiff for $2,500. I wish you all the very best of luck. You guys got a lot of mess to sort out, because the thing about it, when you bring children into the world, now you have a responsibility to figure out how to co-parent with all of these folks that are involved. Court is adjourned.
Thank you.
All rise.
Well, that kind of finished the way I was expecting, but I'm also like, that's kind of one weird dynamic, because like, he's Asian. I don't know the ethnicity of her ex-husband Robert. It's a very vague. It's a very common name regardless of ethnicity. Like, you can kind of rule out certain cultures, but or certain ethnic backgrounds, but especially if they're like from a Christian background, a lot of Christian people will have a Robert, and you know, so it's kind of hard to gauge. I'm just like, were you gonna hide this pregnancy until the baby was born? And she's very fair. She might have seemed like a total B in the beginning, like but she was fair. She was riding and standing up for her partner, which is what you want. She's a very, very good partner. And you can just imagine how, like, just put yourself in her shoes and how betrayed she feels as well. You know, like, I don't think this is a place for like really extra red pill, whatever. Like, she makes a good partner, and she was making a good friend. And when the truth came out, she was very fair towards her friend. I don't know if this friendship is salvageable. I can't foresee that, but I think they have to at least be cordial, because they're willingly co-parenting. She's at least co-parenting with the guy over there, with Mr. Pham. You know, these are the things that you see in like in corn videos, like corn movies. Like, oh, let's go impregnate the lesbian couple and convert them, whatever. Blah, 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 blah. Obviously, they won't convert it. Obviously not. But maybe there's some truth to some of those like corn stuff that they come up with. You know what I mean? Like, maybe there's some truth to those storylines. I kind of want to conclude this with just like reading some of the comments. Paternity court would be interesting to talk about too. Who else came in from TikTok to finish the episode because they didn't have the final part for notice? Best one I've seen. I'm so glad I didn't read the comments before watching the episode. Me neither. It's like, we'll talk about this later. Nah, sis, you brought us all here. We gonna talk about this now. Start talking. Yeah, Gibby was very, very nervous like the whole time. She had the utmost confidence because, again, like, I don't want a lot of people to spin hate on her. Like, she was very fair. No matter how you look at it, as a partner, she was very fair, even as a friend. And when you consider like the context of them being together for like knowing each other for so long, and you know, kind of like, why would you think my partner would cheat, kind of thing. But if the ex is involved in the way that he was, like even coming to the baby shower, and they were just like you said, it was just a kiss, so they were kind of like keeping that under wraps. Again, you're not trying to tell the truth in a court case. You're trying to win the case, and that does mean you lie by omission. You don't always say whatever it is to say out there. But yeah, I got no more commentary to say. I'm honestly speechless. This, all the best to you. guys. And yeah, later days.